And there you have TPA's Mirajane Strauss 1/6 scale garage kit figure. Oh, that's a mouthful. And it just goes without saying, this is a absolutely beautiful figure. The sculpting on the figure is just truly breathtaking. The coloring is phenomenal. Man, just look at it. Where do I even begin? There are so many good things to say about this figure. Let's just start out with um, what is the most bold feature. That's the feature that stands out to me the most, or features, I should say. And that are two things: the wings, the absolutely vast wings, and the equally vast tail. Unlike the anime, the wings and tail here are gargantuan. They are not usually this big. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't think so. I think it looks quite badass in this case, actually. And just look at the sculpting and texturing on these wings. Just beautiful. You can see the creases and the curls, and even some tears in the actual wing itself. Absolutely gorgeous. And the tail looks beautiful as well. Just look at the texturing. Wow. And look at that, it wraps all the way around. All the way around and curls around her feet. It definitely gives an overwhelming presence to Mira, to say the least. Wow. And that red absolutely pops wonderfully. And the line work with the cracks on her skin, on her eye, and her legs, especially her legs. The legs are beautifully sculpted, and the line work is absolutely marvelous. Look at these details on these hands. Demonic, truly demonic in form. And I like the little effect here on the hand here. I got the black swirling like miasma, her dark power, and Satan soul. Fantastic. So, we look at this figure, and you think to yourself, wow, this must have cost at least one body part, right? I had to give up one part of me to afford this figure. But, amazingly enough, I got quite a good deal on this figure. I paid, well, first of all, let's talk about where I bought it from. I bought it from a website called Civet Action Figure. Yeah, you probably have never heard of that. I know I have never heard of it. Civet, I looked it up, is actually apparently some sort of wildcat. Weird as that is. I don't know if that's what they were going for. Anyways, once I paid them, this is a Taiwanese company, by the way, it turned out to be 10,960 new Taiwan dollars. Had you going there for a sec, huh? So, the exchange rate for that and US currency is $358.09. $358 for a figure like this. is a pretty good deal. If you want to get this figure right now, you're gonna have to go on eBay and probably pay somewhere in the ballpark of $800, I would say. More than twice the cost I paid for this figure. Wow. Now that is giving up a limb. But I do have some gripes with this figure. It's not perfect. But the thing is, it might as well would be. Because these little imperfections are nearly impossible to see unless you really, really look for them. Let's start with the first one. You're probably not going to notice it. You could kind of notice it, so you can see the glare marks, but the more faded marks here, right here, right here. We have some scratching, or I don't know what it is, but it's just something. So there's one imperfection. Another, we look to the wing here. Also very hard to notice. Right here, it almost looks like a glare mark from the light, but no. Right here are two scratches. Very unnoticeable, like I said. And the biggest one, actually, it actually broke. A piece broke off before I even put it together. This. Funny enough, if this piece was never found, I would have never guessed this would have broke off. And you want to see where it goes? It goes right here on the base. Just like that. Yep. You would never even guess. So what can I do with this? I could probably super glue it on. But I don't think it matters. It's so unnoticeable. So we just throw it in the base. And it even blends in down there and you never even notice it. So yes, some imperfections. But truly, the beauty of this figure overshadows those completely. Such a fantastic figure. Oh, and one more thing. Forgot to include this. They included this cute little medallion. Let me zoom in here. Mirajane Strauss. And more importantly, if you could read that, limited edition, OS 141 out of 228. There were only 228 of these made. I got one for below MSRP. It was risky purchasing something from that website, but you know what they say. Great risk comes great reward. And am I reaping the reward? Oh, Mirajane, there are not enough figures of you out there. What is there? There is a bathing suit version that came out years ago. A 1/8 scale that costs like $500 on eBay when it's MSRP like $100. More expensive than this figure. And actually, recently, I think about 2 months ago, Orca Toys is finally making a Mirajane Strauss figure. A more, it's a Gravure model. Hint, hint, I did buy it. So look forward to that in a year when I finally get it because supply chain issues. Thank you, COVID. Oh, how I love you. Anything else to say about this figure other than what I've already said, it being beautiful? We got it for a stellar price. It has imperfections like all figures do. And God, please, to all the figure creators out there, can we get Mira some more love? I want a normal version of Mira. Her cutesy self, other than her demon form self, would be nice. Anyways, that's all I have. Let's do one more nice, beautiful up-close shot of her in all of her glory. Man, look at that beautiful sculpting on the body. Truly breathtaking.